Hello, welcome to our new episode, new series of the Soul Where They Love podcast. And this time we're focusing on single people. So why, in episode number 1 is, why don't you trust the love you say you want? You say you want a great relationship, but when someone actually shows up with love, you doubt it, you pull away or feel nothing. So why is this happening? Has this ever happened to you? Oh, and before, I want to introduce our amazing Dr. Andrea Horta. She's a naturopath extraordinaire and a coach. She's amazing. So that's why I'm asking her to be with me, because she's got lots of experience, she's got wisdom, and I think it's great to be with people who have wisdom to share. So,
thank you.
Have you ever had that experience?
Definitely. I did meet a really, really beautiful man that was very handsome, very well-to-do. He's from the UK. And I remember meeting him and everything being wrapped up, having these beautiful conversations, and then thinking, oh my God, am I even worthy of this guy? He was everything on the list, and he wanted to have a family and all these things. And I was just taken back, and I think I ended up sabotaging myself. He came in, he flew in specifically for me, and then I didn't even end up showing up.
Oh, really?
Just kind of sabotaging, or I said later, or you know what I mean? So just kind of just pushing it away without even knowing that I was pushing it away.
Yeah, and that's not uncommon. From working with thousands of people one-on-one, what I discovered is that often it happens in teenage years. So when you're a teenager, you don't know who you are. You're so self-conscious. You're so always thinking about what are people going to think about me. And then so you're insecure, and all of a sudden this person shows up. And then it's like, wow, finally someone sees who I am, and it feels amazing, and it's a super high. And then usually as high as it went into infatuation, into woo, I'm going to marry this person, even though you're 15 or 16 years old, I'm going to marry this person. And then it goes crashing down. It's like, oh, it really hurts. And what ends up happening is then we make a promise, and the subconscious mind is listening. And a promise is, I'll never let myself be hurt as much as that again. And especially if you're a teenager and you think wow, this person has everything I want, just like you described. The more it hits all the notes and you think, wow, this is the perfect thing, your subconscious mind is going to ring the Pavlovian bell. It's going to send you back to when you got devastated, as a teenager. And now it's going to block you. And it's not because you're stupid. It's not because you lack courage. It's because your subconscious mind is going, danger, danger. So again, I like using this. This is the dark side of the Tao symbol. This is the light side of the dark symbol. And so when your subconscious mind, which is 90 to 95% of what you do, is actually pre-programmed in there. And it's so much more powerful than your conscious mind. So even though your conscious mind swears high and low that you really, really want this relationship, and consciously that it would be good for you, when the subconscious mind goes oh no, the last time you did this and it was as good as that, you are in so much pain, we are going to protect you, we're not going to let you do this. So you sabotage, you don't show up, or you show up late, or you say something stupid or silly. You do something just to sabotage it, so to keep you in your comfort zone. And we have all done something like that.
100%.
Have you had,
I've done that multiple times.
That's why
sabotaged it multiple times, but now I don't do that.
And
now it's different.
And if you read in my book, I have my book, Conversation with the Heart. And in my book, I talk about stage 1 and stage 2 of the human development. Stage 1, everybody gets through this. And the difference between stage 1 and stage 2 is that as soon as you are born, love has to come from the outside. So now we get fixated on trying to manipulate the outside world to tell us how worthy of love we are. So as a baby, if you cry, mommy or daddy comes, I'm queen or king of the world, I'm amazing, I can have everything I want, I'm safe. But if you cry and cry and cry and nobody comes, what's wrong with me? So now you decrease your self-worth. So who you can attract in your life now is different. It's not the same type of person as, oh, I can have anything I want, versus like, no, I'm not worthy of having everything I want. So it starts there. And then, you go to school. Oh, that's hard. One day you have a best friend, and the next day they're playing with somebody else because they have a better toy. And now you go, oh, what's wrong with me? I need bigger toys. So now you're always constantly trying to have the right outfit, the right dress, the right shoes, the right whatever, the right car, just to show that you're worthy of having friends and you can have those things that, is going to bring you love. And then, you're a teenager, and now you finally find this person that for sure you're going to marry, spend the rest of your life with. And I guarantee you, the higher you go into infatuation, thinking this is the person, even though you don't really know them yet. You don't know who you are. You don't know this person, but for sure you're going to marry them. So as high as you're going to go, as low as you're going to crash. And now you have not been able to manipulate the outside world to tell you that you are worthy. And now you're stuck in stage one, constantly trying to manipulate how the world sees you so that you can feel that you're worthy of love. So stage one is a really tough time in our lives. I call that the boot camp. The more inner work you do, the more you're going to realize, like, the stage one is the boot camp, where you are going through all kinds of lessons. But you need to wake up from stage one. In stage one, you're constantly looking to the outside world to tell you you're worthy. And usually that's when people come to see me, because they realize, what I've been doing is not working. I've been trying and trying and trying. It's not working. So maybe somebody tells me about Lise, and I'm going to go see Lise. Or you lost your career, you lost your job, you lost your marriage, you lost whatever you lost. And then you go, oh, it's too painful. I cannot keep doing this. I got to get out of this. So again, in stage one, you are being driven out of pain. You're running away from pain towards pleasure. So anyway, that can become your greatest blessing, is to let go of that stage. Or if you're lucky, you listen to a podcast like right now, and you go, you know what? I'm not going to wait for the baseball bat to come into my life. I'm actually going to decide to create my life consciously. So now you're graduating to stage two, which is creating heaven on earth. And in stage two, you go about doing two things. First, it's listening to your heart, and then it's about acting to give your heart what it wants. So your heart wants you to know two things. The first thing it wants you to know is, first, you're worthy of love. And you need to do the inner work to let go of the story, not in your head, but in your heart. It needs to come from your whole being. Because I have psychiatrists, psychologists that come to see me. They've done the work for years and years and years, and still they haven't been able to let go of the story because it's stuck in the physiology. This is why my work is very balanced. You need to consciously understand what love is, but you also need to master your subconscious mind. Without learning about, first, the subconscious mind, but second, that there's a tool you can use to master it and let go of the stories, you'll never be able to win the game of life. So then you need to admit your dreams and aspirations. So what kind of relationship do I want? And it's really scary to admit what kind of relationship you want, because what if I admit what I want and I can't get it? So might as well go less then. So then that way, if it doesn't work out, it's not that I'm unworthy, it's because, I didn't really go for what I want to really have. So in stage two, you become super conscious, consciously and subconsciously, and then you organize your time to bring the best out of yourself, to create heaven on earth. That's why I call stage two, heaven on earth. Stage one, you run away from pain towards pleasure, the boot camp. And once you start playing that game, the game of being conscious in stage two, it's a really cool game to play. You'll never be bored. You've been playing more and more and creating your stage two. What is it like for you to do this kind of work consciously creating life?
It's definitely a practice. You have to practice it every day, because I find that it's easy to go back to stage one pretty quickly. So it's like, no, okay, stay in stage two. You're co-creating with God, with higher intelligence. And it feels a lot more peaceful, just a lot more harmony, and like a lot more serendipitous stuff happens. Like, just things will flow, the right people, the right calls will come through. You'll get the parking spot that you're thinking of. Like, just really nice things start happening, and your life starts flowing for you better, versus always like hitting up against something.
And also, when you're living in stage two, when things are not working your way, instead of going, what's wrong with me? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
So instead of going, it's like, this is happening to me again, you go, how is this happening for me?
Mm-hmm. It's a gift. It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Happening. Because the only two reasons why you face a challenge. Number one, it's because you're being asked to master something, because obviously, if you had mastered it, it wouldn't be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And or it's sending you in a direction that you don't know you need to go. And this is when it's really important to hold on dearly into your heart and come from like, okay, I can't see the blessings yet, but I know I'm worthy of love, and I know it's happening for me, and I'm just going to sit in that quest and that question and see how what I'm doing right now is helping me get what I want out of life. And that's actually a very big initiation in your spiritual life. When you are able to know what you want, take the right actions, and then you're being sent a challenge, and not to take it as like, I'm not supposed to get what I want, but actually, how am I going to use this to my advantage? Mm-hmm. How am I going to use this so that instead of crumbling down, I actually discover there's a clue in this that's going to help me. For example, I'm going to share one. Mm-hmm. I'm writing a book with Jack Canfield. By the time you watch this, maybe the book will be out. But at the beginning of the year, I was having a really hard time sleeping. Like, I was sleeping 4.5 hours a night. Like, I couldn't fall asleep, I couldn't stay asleep. It was like, it was exhausting. And I was thinking, maybe it's my hormones, what's going on? And then I thought, why don't you do the heart freedom method, Lise, and find out what, if your subconscious mind is creating a story. And lo and behold, I actually went back to when I was born, because I don't know why they did this to my mom and me, but my mom was asleep when I was born.
Okay.
So can you imagine, my mom is unable to push, and actually when you do the subconscious work, you actually remember. So here I am in the birth canal thinking I'm going to die. So for me, subconsciously, going from one state of being, which is in the womb, to the whole world, the Pavlovian bell rings, I'm going to die. Me writing this book, even though it's something I'm looking forward to, subconsciously, Pavlovian bell is going, you're going to die. Mm-hmm. So when you're about to die, your subconscious mind goes, danger, danger, don't sleep, stay awake, check everything that's going on, because we don't want you to die. So anyway, I fixed it. It took me like 10, 15 minutes. And voila, I've been sleeping ever since, no problem. So I'm giving you this example because when you face a challenge, if I had just, if I said, I can't sleep, and I start taking sleeping pills, I would never have taken the time to go and find out this story and what would have happened in my life with that book, with the success of that book, if I'm constantly fighting inside of me because I'm actually going to die if I do this. Anything else you'd like to add on this?
No, that's great.
All right, so thanks for being here. If you have any comments, questions, you can click below, and consider joining us in the Soul with a Love online program, where we go deeper. You get to work with me in a group situation or with a coach, and we can help you get the love that you deserve, and that your heart will be so happy and thankful you went for. Bye for now.
Ciao.
Bye.